speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram or beef.
Peace.
That intro so fire, man. That intro so fire. They remember me. On the week.
One more time.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram or beef.
Hey. Now I'm trying to tell you, man, they don't understand. They don't understand, though.
Islam, see.
Peace to all the Moors and the true light seekers. Everyone that's here right now, under the sound of my voice, under the sound of Alonzo's voice, we come in peace, love, and light.
Islam.
Noble Zoe, can you give us our Moorish American prayer, if you don't mind, before we proceed?
Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through His holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Aya Asha Aya. Shalom Aleichem. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Al-Haq Ya Muhammad. Islam. Peace.
Peace. Gratitude, Noble Alonzo, man. How you doing on this beautiful Saturday, man?
I'm doing great. By Allah's grace on this beautiful day, and we're dealing with the knowledge and we're dealing with the wisdom on today, as mathematics, as knowledge, wisdom, which brings forth understanding. With that, I say peace.
Peace. Man, today, we call it our adapt class, and when we say adapt, we talk about imparting wisdom to brothers and sisters. That makes us all nobles and adapt thinkers, to give us something to compare and contrast. And like I say, here at the BBT, we want to clear up the science. And when it's cleared up, that means we building bridges. That's what clearing up things, and that's what we're supposed to do when you have something to compare and contrast to. And when we talk about etymology and root and origin of words, especially for our young students, and even those that may not be students, that just, love to research who they are, and what the world is. What I've learned in my academic endeavors is that a lot of melanated people that look like us are confused. And it's not our job to convince someone that don't look like us who we are. It's our job, Noble Alonzo, to convince all our brothers and sisters that's under other religious dogmas who we are, no matter what religious banner you under. That's when it becomes universal. That's when it becomes a clear understanding of what's going on. Islam. And so the first word I want us to have a conversation about, if we had a beautiful conversation the other day, is the word Christian, and the etymology or the origin of the word Christian. Noble Alonzo, if you have another a device around where you can look up the word Cretin, Cretin, and tell me what you get.
Okay. And so I just did a quick Google search, and the word Cretan, I mean, you might find it spelled different ways. Like you might see it Cretin, or you might see it Cretan, right?
Thank you.
So the word Cretan, all right, and you might even see it Cretain.
Thank you.
Is used to describe someone with subnormal intelligence or a person lacking intelligence or common sense.
Keep going. And then it should tell you the root and the original words when it's breaking it down, what is Christonus in Latin, this, that, and the other. Is it more?
So it has also said it's a term with a history rooted in what does it say? Medical understanding of conditions like
Mm-hmm.
hypothyroidism caused by
Mm-hmm.
iodine deficiency, where those affected were called cretin and Franco provincial. So
Yep.
while the term is often used in a derogatory way, it is important to understand its historical context and the medical basis behind its use. So definitely, like when we talked about the connotation of subnormal intelligence or a person lacking common sense, was also derived from, uh, in a medical sense, someone that's being deficient of a certain quality. Um,
Or 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 birth defects per se. That's what it's
birth,
saying.
yep, birth defects as well. Hmm. So a synonymous or a synonym for cretin would be idiot, imbecile, moron, simple, something like that. And when you look
So
up, hmm
I'm sorry.
no, I was going to say going into the etymology, you can definitely do that. Hmm. Right. So etymologically, when you go into to ancient Greek, right, name for island of Crete, then that also further your studies. Then you got to go look at, okay, what was Crete like? And it could be spelled like Crete or Krete, you know. Um, it's dealing with a native of Crete, and this is where you have the word Cretan, but it's a Latin form. Like
Mm-hmm.
it even has a Creta, like a Latin Creta, which is
Mm-hmm.
a Latin form of Cretan
Mm-hmm.
Islam.
And hold on, let me see something real fast because I did a one second. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. I want to show you something. I want to read
Hmm.
something where I put it. Okay.
I got some other stuff, but go ahead, shoot.
You see, you hear what I said? I said, okay, wait a minute. I got some other stuff. See, this is what I tell people, man. Linguistically, you have to be able to say, wait a minute, let me sit down, let me do some things. Because if I'm going to say Negro, Black, and Colored, African American are all derogatory, and then people make excuses, say, oh, them words of endearment to who? Anciently Negro, if you say that to a person in the day, that was something bad, derogatory. We didn't call ourselves that.
Right.
So watch this. Uh, uh, now, now we're talking about origin. Now watch this. Cretan, plural, noun, Cretan, Cretins, derogatory, informal, a stupid person, used as a general term of abuse. Number two, dated medicine, a person whose mental and physical development has been impaired by a deficiency of thyroid hormone in fetal or early life.
Hmm.
Origin, Latin, Christianus, Christianus, human being. Swiss French, Creston, Crestin, Christian, Christian. Then it go down to French, Cretan, Cretin,
Hmm.
and then Cretin in the 18th century. But then you will get the late 18th century from French Cretan. I gave y'all that from Swiss French Christian or
Hmm.
Christian from Swiss French Crestin or Christin, from Latin Christianus,
Mm-hmm.
like Africanus,
Yep.
Christinus. Here used to mean, watch this, here to mean human being, apparently as a reminder that though deformed, Cretans were humans and not beasts. So what were you, a hybrid?
Right. Right.
You see, when you follow the language, you say, how can Christian from in the Swiss be synonymous to Christian? And it's all some negative.
All negative. All negative. And then when you go into, like, and even if you go into the etymology dictionary, right, online, that definitely doubles down on basically what you said. It just, from Latin Cretinus, right, you get the whole singular form of Crete, but they were proverbial in ancient times as liars, right?
Yep.
So there was liars compared to Greek noun Christo. What is it? Kretismos.
Mm-hmm.
Kretismos, that's Kretismos, as lying, literally Cretan behavior, and the
Mm-hmm.
classical sophism expressing the liar paradox.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
that's
see?
describing their behavior. Mm-hmm.
You see? And so when people be saying, well, this and that and the other, I said, no, let's get historically. That's why I said, you're not a historical scholar. You can't arbitrarily explain words. Let's get to the origin and the root of the words and use them in the right context. Who told you that you were a Christian per se? And we just broke down all the etymology of Christian Cretan. Who told you that? And the history ever tell you these are stupid people, a lying people, a people that's going to lie and all that. Say that again, Noble Alonzo. Can you read that other definition? Because I just gave all the derogatory aspect of how Christian and Cretan is the same, and you get people to say, well, it don't mean this. Where if we're going to defend, we're not Negro, Black, and color and African Americans, why aren't we going to defend that and let other people tell us what it means? And then when we deal with the origin of it, we breaking it down, because the first Bible, you got to understand, no one in the biblical history called themselves Christians. So who called themselves Christians? Alonzo just breaking it down, the
Mm-hmm.
history of the Christian. Right, Noble Alonzo? Can you read that other
Right.
definition again,
So
or
the
origin,
Cretan,
please?
right. So the etymology. So the Cretan, which is a noun, from an Old English Cretens, which is plural, Cretens. Said natives or inhabitants of Crete, from Latin Cretanas, which is the singular form. And you also see Crete, it said they were proverbial in
Put that in
ancient
your ear,
times
listening.
as liars. Compare Greek noun Christismos, or lying, literally Cretan behavior, and the classical sophism expressing the liar paradox, right? So alternative Cretic, Cretic, circa 1600 was used especially of a form of verse. So you can see like this could even be synonymous with critic.
Mm-hmm. So how are you
Greetings.
going to be a critic of what you are supposed to be? You're supposed to be a believer or a follower. You a critic, a cretin, a liar, and then in the medical term, someone that's maimed or retarded in all aspects. But then you let someone misinterpret or arbitrarily explain the word and call themselves biblical scholars, and we call ourselves Christians. And I said, show me in the biblical history that we call ourselves Christians. Show me. Show me. Now, the Bible said we follow it of the way. I can show you history we were Jacobites, but it ain't nowhere in biblical history show you were no Christians. Show me. Show me. That's all you got to do is show me. We're not being upset or vulgar with no one. If you are a biblical scholar and a pastor and a historian like I am, I ask my brothers and sisters from love, as I'm able to do with Europeans and different other preachers and rabbis. They understand this. So this is not for me to teach no one else about who we are. This is what I'm challenging my brothers and sisters. Like, why doesn't it matter? If your
Mm.
freedom and your connection, if somebody asks you right now, are you a child of God? Well, God didn't create no slaves. Last time I checked, the Bible says we were made in the image and the likeness of God. So tell me, how did God create some Negro, color, or African American? I wait. Show me where we created. Show me something that God created, some Cretan, some Mame, or people that are alive, or created some off birth that we have some birth defects. The Creator don't create that. We're born with no spot or no blemish. What are we talking about?
Indeed.
Oh, they don't want to have that conversation. You see what we accept? You see how we accept these things and won't correct things? That's sad. So if you got a young child and he's urinating in the bed, you don't want to correct that behavior. It can be something simple. Well, it's okay. It's not okay. We correct these things. Hey, come on, family. Come on, like really. Let's have
Gotcha.
a serious conversation of what's going on. Because I love my Christian brothers. My degree is in Christian history and linguistics. That's what I'll be telling my people. I didn't go to no Morris University. I went to Grand Canyon University. I got a dual master degree in first century history and religion and a minor in linguistics. I got a dual bachelor degree in business management with a minor in marketing and sales. I'm not no dummy. I'm not no jackleg on the internet trying to go viral to make some money. I tell people in real life, I do this in real life. And when I'm around other nationalities, they know this. When I'm around other nationalities, I'm in Flint, Michigan. I just sold about like 40 of my books. Who? To people that don't look like me, alumni that say, who you think taught the world, brother? All them books I just put in the text stream, who you think them old ancient Gnostic books was about? The book I just put in the text stream that I got from the ancient library in Detroit, that's about Moors. All those books are written by who? Europeans.
Right.
These books are written by Europeans and so we're gonna discredit the eyewitness. We're just gonna discredit the scholarship. You say you want peer reviewed scholarly research, I'm giving it to you. I'm the fact checker. If you ever see anything I put on social media and then on social media the fact checkers come on there and say that's not true, absolutely not. They can't. Why? Because I'm the fact checker. That's why.
Ain't nobody ever said they came on here and said that you wasn't right or what you said was misleading or any of that ever. Not one
They
time.
can't. They can't. They might not like my candor. They might call me, oh, he think he this, he think he that. No, you think I'm that. Because I know I'm Kareem Ivan Hakeem Goodman L. Bay, who I am my mama and my daddy's son, who Larry Goodman and Inez Goodman Bay. I know exactly who I am. And I'm proud of it. I'm a Goodman. What you just say? I'm a Goodman. I'm not no Negro, no black, and no slave. So I'm an L or an Bay. That's connected to what? Our religious rights. What religious rights? The Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, for all my people that's educated.
Mhm.
Mama, uncles, I'll be telling, I said, research the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. They don't even know what I'm talking about. Research the House Joint Resolution 75, where it says you have the right to annex your L and your Bay to your name, when you have the right. Research it. Research the SF 181 form that's pertaining to ethnicity, that it says you fill out all that's you, but the average Negro is going to feel black from the Negro black land. That ain't no real land. See, that's what Negroes do. We eat stuff till it kills us. Why? You heard the song, Busta Rhymes and Nas said it. Y'all remember the song on the Nigga album? And Negroes that eat stuff till it kill them. Ha, 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 ha. Why? Because that's just what Negroes do. Ain't that a bleep?
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all. I ain't never seen a comedian that'll mock an educator or a scholar like myself. But I dang sure seen comedians mock preachers.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Just
Huh?
like you fall in love, like you fall in love with the
We
poison.
talking
It's
about
like
that book.
the story that you always tell about, even on the Dead Prez album, about the wolf.
Yeah.
They're just licking the the sword or
Look in the blade.
the spigot coming out of the thing, thinking that they taste the blood, thinking that it's somebody else's blood, but it's theirs. It's you being cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's don't
This stuff is power, and we don't get it. Just like somebody told me because I'm back home in my city of Flint, they said, "She, white brother got to go to prison," and these so-called fake gangster Muslims, they only Muslim on Friday on Juma.
hmm,
Because I don't know no gangster Muslims. If you a gangster Muslim or anything, you can't be around me. Y'all know I don't play that.
mm-mm.
I can't be around no prejudiced person and don't understand the biblical scriptures. You got to be a fool if you don't understand it. Any Moors that's under the sound of my voice that's listening to me today, if you don't understand the Bible, the biblical scriptures, something got to be wrong with your mental. Because how can you say you the fathers of civilization or you think the Bible ain't talking about you? You don't think the Bible talking about you? Somebody taught you wrong. What Bible? The whole Bible. Don't nobody want to have no conversation about that with me. The whole Bible. Not part, not little. We from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. Last time I checked, that's Bible. See,
Sure
we
enough
can
is.
fact check these people, even the black preachers. Why you think they don't want to talk about Ruth the Moabitess and Tamar? Why you don't think they don't want to talk about that? Because then you got to start talking about the Asiatic woman that we're supposed to love and build up. That's why the Negro preacher don't want to talk about it, and they all derogatory saying a woman's place is not in church, in the pulpit, this sacred ground. That ain't no sacred ground. That's somebody built. Jack leg. That's a building. That ain't no sacred ground. That's somebody built with construction hands. What are we talking about? The first one that says Jesus or the Creator is risen, last time I checked, was a woman.
Indeed.
Last time I checked. Last time I checked. Last time I checked, it was a woman that convinced not only her people, but a whole damn community to follow the words of the Creator. Last time I checked, that's ministry. What we talk about? Getting behind some pulpit and polyparroting like a goofy old Southern preacher? That's what we talk about? Because I told y'all, the day of the uneducated teacher and preacher should be over for us. We respect our mothers and our fathers, but hey, if Big Mama been lied to and got no disrespect to nobody and got a false image of the Messiah on the wall, Caesar Borgia, and then that's been passed down to Mama, I don't think the kid will know something different if they ain't been educated by myself or someone in their family that's a real educator. I'm not going to blame them. What I'm going to do is resurrect them and show them and give them the peer-reviewed scholarly research, just like if you were trying to go to academia and get a degree in a certain craft and you think you know something, and when you go to the study in the craft and you research the peer-reviewed scholarly research, you're going to have to check yourself. Why? Because everything you thought you knew was straight up fallacy. You could have been sincere, but when you did the research, now you've been proven how? By the research as what? Sincerely wrong. So you got to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
See, nobody can deny what I'm saying. Anybody deny what I'm saying, it's not even rational. And that's what I tell people. I don't even have conversations with people that don't have a certain, like Malik said one day, your battery got to be at least at a certain level to get some wisdom. Then I got to do too much surgery. You can't get a resuscitation from me. You know what I mean? Why? You can't receive it. You're not going to receive it. And so when we talking about this stuff, y'all, we talking about etymology and origin of words, I ask my brothers and sisters, show me where in the Bible, because this is the $1 million question.
You are headed to
that we call ourselves Christians.
Mm-hmm.
That's and somebody showed me that do you really know the 13th and the 14th Amendment? And I challenge you to show you that in history and law that we're not Negro, Black, and colors and African Americans, and we're in all the Constitution. That's the million. I challenge anybody to prove to me that what I'm saying is not factual. Prove it from love, not from those semantics, or not from what you heard. You can't. You can't. I'm telling us, like, our nationality and our spirituality is connected to our freedom. That make us a complete fifth. We have to understand this, brothers and sisters. And we have to understand, we have to stop. You can't be a complete human, a complete, whatever you want to call yourself, without nationality and spirituality. And then you got to have a religion. Your religion is your spirituality and who you are. We do have a religion. That's what I keep telling people. Why do you don't understand vernacular, or so you don't know how to navigate? If I tell you the language that you using sound like some sovereign citizen stuff, and you sit in my face and tell me no it ain't, and I'm an official, so what you think the European gonna say? He gonna agree with me? He like, damn, the sheik, he on YouTube. You ain't listening to the man, idiot. He done told you. But we break the law. I told y'all, anybody out of the sound of my mouth, when they dealing with us, you can be okay if your son or your daughter dealing with me. Because I'm going to tell you, all that stupid stuff you see on the videos, when they doing that stuff, is Roger Elvick. Write it down. Roger Elvick. ROGER ELVICK. When you research it, you see who doing it. That's a European that's doing that stuff. And they mix that, thinking it's more science, and it's not. And there was another European doing it in Canada. They was called the Paradigm Group. And you see what happened to all them jacklegs. You show me anybody that went to court and won with that crap. They're going to start backtracking and talk about a whole bunch of fake stuff. But we ain't talking about no fake stuff. We talking about real life. And that's what we hear today from Adapt. It's only so much I can teach to a whole bunch of people that don't know how to read. You talk about you want to deal with civics. How you want to deal with civics and you ain't even past the 3rd grade? Like this mentally, not saying you have to be in that training, but it has to be some type of aptitude for you to accept true wisdom. You can't be a criminal and accept true wisdom. You can't. Any of my brothers that's dealing with us right now, we say, yes, we have to clear ourselves up. No matter what it is, if it's relationships, if it's this, or how can I say, not believing in ourselves, or whatever, giving people too much of our time. It's so much that more science and be having a brotherhood that builds us up. Like I don't even have to teach from no books. That's why when I be around on campus, they say, "Well, would you just lecture?" You like you don't need a book, sir. They're like, you quote everything. They're like, why would you need the book? They like, just come up here and speak. They call me Angelo Solomon, the first Morris Mason on campuses. It be hurting my heart. I be telling y'all true stories. I said, man, and y'all know me. Y'all met me doing my business. Y'all met me when I was working at my stores, talking like this in regular life. Come on. I have a background in this. I have a history. And this is what I'm saying. You know, I just hope it catch on because it don't take too long for us to do this. A lot of our parents and aunties, they finna pass on and go. Who's going to be the ones in the next generation to build this? Who's going to have the family temple or something where we need to go and learn? I hope we understand to do something with our finances, people. I really do. And I know we can. And that's what I be telling my brothers and sisters. Trust me. We don't have to talk about nobody else. I don't like to use names, but people be like, well, sometimes use the names for speaking points. And I say, everybody heard of Umar Johnson, haven't they? Watch this. Yes or no? Watch this.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
See? Okay. Somebody hit me at Umar Johnson came to our city talking a whole bunch of noise. This is what somebody called me and said, Kareem, I can't believe that all these people that went to school with us sit up here, listen to this jackleg, and they have you come here and lecture and do all this. And you're the only person that I know that gathered and compiled over 20 books, have a library with over 1 million documents. That's a real educator that come back to your city of Flint and fill backpacks up and give them away. That done put clothes on people's backs. That my mother and father done clothe people. My dad, executive of our city. These people take stuff and distract it and go back. That's an entertainer. That's an entertainer. And they say, well, you know how much this person raised? I said, no, I ain't gave nobody no slug. But when people I hear things, and I know y'all hear things too, you know, somebody said, well, where the school at? And I say, I'm a realist. I know it's dynamics to run a school. I'm gonna need people that's got skills. I'm gonna need myself, Malik. I might need Malik mama. I might need Barclay mom. I might need my mom that's professionals. You're gonna need counselors. You're gonna need lunch programs. You're gonna need teachers. It's gonna be so dynamic. Are you gonna have busing? Man, come on. You way over your head, and then you don't have allies. See, I have allies. I have curriculums. And so what I'm saying, we don't want to take our kids from nothing. We want to give them something to have, like a 7 hour. After they go to school, they come to us. In the summertime, when the kids out of school, they come to us from 8 to 5. As we building, as the finances coming in and people know what we're doing, then we can have our elementaries and our middle schools and our daycares. How? The same way my Jewish professors did. The same way that I teach and I lecture with them. That's how. The same way. What you mean? We have the same charter as everybody else. And that's what I'll be telling people. What? We are the same. If we want to have armed security, we legit. Just like the Klan, we can do that. Because we legit. If we and I say our protest is us building our infrastructure. Our protest is being different, it's being peculiar, it's synchronizing the teachings. And I don't call a European a gatekeeper. No disrespect. I call Negro, blacks, and colored gatekeepers that have wisdom. Like what we did with our 5%ers and our God of earth. 85% of the people are dumb and blind, Noble Alonzo. 10% of the world know the truth and won't tell it. I call those Negro gatekeepers. But it's 5% of the world, like myself and all my brothers are here and other individuals under the sound of my voice. They know. And we are what? The truth tellers that'll teach the truth, no matter if it'll fill up a room or clear it out. We have to be
Yes,
here.
sir.
We
Absolutely.
we have to be nobody. It's nobody's responsibility, my brothers and sisters, to tell us about us. It ain't the public schools. It ain't your nephew's school, Noble Malik, to teach him who he is. That ain't his responsibility. The public school's responsibility is to do what? They have a curriculum. They have a curriculum. They have a basic curriculum that they got to teach. It's for us. It's for me. It's for us to teach these teachers and compile these books and spread it to the world. It's for us. And we can do the same work that these others have done, y'all. We can have these magnanimous buildings, but doing it the right way. How? We see how it's going on, and these people have done it premature. We don't got to talk about what they did or how they did it, but evidently it was done in a premature way. Your heart have to be pure going into these things, Noble Alonzo. You can't have no motives. It have to be transparent. If I'm doing a crowdfunding, I'm saying, man, I'm trying to raise X amount of dollars to build our temple, which I'm trying. I almost went in stupid debt doing it myself. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my elders came to me and said, don't do it. You know, they said, you a part of it. They said, you can add just as much as anybody else, but that ain't for you to do. Then we started going to the text. They're like, the scripture said the people will build it, saying that it's ours, that'll make us stakeholders, the same way we can do anything else. It's strength in numbers, and we got to do something important with our finances instead of just give it away. Instead of just let Uncle Sam take it and say, I'm getting ready to get a tax return, and none of my people will sit down and have a conversation, a lecture over taxes, and break this stuff down with their family and parents. And I did this with my mom and my dad, and they have an understanding. They have a clear understanding. I keep telling if anybody, mom and dad on here think that their money go to run United States government, they taxes, they crazy. It's in the private banking system. The law says you have the right to donate to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. And depending on how much money you make, you can donate that to offset your taxes. These is facts. And that's what the Jews do. That's what Soprano is all about. The only thing you own is your religious churches and your schools. I keep telling my people, but it fall on deaf ears. And that's why we don't have nothing. You can't be under somebody's rules and then try to bring up and say you don't like it. No, because you're a willing obligor. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, it's a thing in academia. They got program reading and selective reading that you have to read. It's not, and right now, what Trump is doing, if people into law and policy, a lot of stuff is going to be over. And I said, then who's going to teach it? The church is not going to teach it. These uneducated Negro sovereign citizen Moors, old Negroes are not going to teach it. That's out here acting crazy. So you got to imagine the kids and the babies, these old retarded fardos on the internet, and don't nobody want to say no names. Don't nobody want to say no name. I said, that is cap. The only way people will start getting caught from stuff, Noble, Malik, and Alonzo, is because people start saying the names. With the Me Too thing, everybody, you say the name. Say the so we gonna keep this fool out here because we ain't gonna. Well, I don't want to say the name because this fool done did all this to the people. We ain't gonna say the name. That's some sick stuff. You
Right.
see, that's sick. You ain't willing because I'm willing to give my life for what I believe. I'm willing to give my life. I'm willing to stand by myself. Wow, the Holy Spirit got me. Somebody just told me the other day, like, man, Sheik, you need security. I was like, why? They're like, you on fire. I'm laughing. Like, he was like, but no, you need security. I said, man, I ain't worried about that. That's why my homie always come pick me up and take me to Pontiac. He's like, bro, you're like, the vibration is there. And I said, I don't want to leave my people. Me and my dad were just talking about this. I said, I don't want to leave my people. I don't. The attraction that I've got with Europeans and academia is totally different than the response I get in the real world with our own people. I'm being straight honest. When Negroes be talking that white man shout to white, that's a fucking lie. Excuse my candor. The only way you feel like that because you a Negro or you a thug. I ain't a thug. I'm an intellectual. That's why I
Right.
tell people. And it's what I be telling people. I'm not what you want your son to be? You want your son to be some jackleg old fool rapper on the internet talk about he a sovereign citizen, or would you want your son to model me when you comparing and contrasting? I guarantee you they ain't gonna want to model that. I guarantee they be like, I'd rather they go look at my background like all of them do, and they open up my book and they say, well, why you ain't teaching all your people? When they look at my background, they say you all of that. And I'm right in my people's face. What is a prophet and an angel?
Mm.
I be
Go ahead
waiting.
and
Oh, what we be looking for?
right.
And this is what I tell us. And now we have social media. We afraid to use it. And I tell people, why are we friends with people on the internet we don't even freaking know? And we letting them in our word and we ain't promoting and marketing them. Damn it. If I can't promote and market to you, I don't need to be your freaking friend. You just need to be on my page when I'm live. Why the freak would I be your friend, Noble Alonzo? Anything I'm promoting, I can't jump in your messenger. You tell me why. We got all these people that follow us that's Moors. We ain't sending nothing out to them. People be following me, be like, oh man, yeah, I follow your mufti. And I be on other people's page and I be seeing my brother follow. Man, I invite they ass to class until they say, man, I just don't want to come. Then I'm blocking you. You're gonna have to tell me no. You see, that's the gift. You missing it. If you say you're more, you got on the feds and you all this, and then they say they ain't no, they be asking Moors, what should I study? What the fuck did you study? Excuse my candor. Come to class, retardo, fardo. That's just like asking Bruce Lee or a sensei that study Wing Chun, oh, what book should I study? You don't want to be a student? Or I like the uniform. You want to be a perpetrator?
Mm-hmm.
Most Negroes buy their fares from the Masonic store or Amazon. I give you glory for doing that. Don't get me wrong, but if you don't know nothing and have good guidership from a map and a guide that love you in the flesh, that make you a noble as well, man, you wearing that fast prematurely. I guarantee you, no honorable man that from no culture that knows she's gonna go no damn Amazon and buy no Fez or no Masonic store. And even if you already had one before, what would you do as a man that understand having a elder, a map and a guide? I would hope you want your religious regalia from that. If not, something crazy. That's just like you, Malik and Alonzo mom. We come to the city, and Alonzo mom, he say, "Man, my mama cooking. Woo, woo, woo. I just use whatever neck bone, whatever that's good. This, that, and the other, whatever." And we say, "No, we gonna go such and such." You a fool. I'm going to get that love. You see, and that's what it's about. I say, brother, the others not eating their food. They eating our food. Do you hear what I say?
Yep.
I hope y'all catch that. They not eating their food. They eating our food. Let me give you an analogy. See, I got too many stories. Me and Malik was, I think, where were we at? I think we were in Miami. Or it might, no, I think I think it's when my noble came to Arizona one time, because my noble, he got it like that. He fly, he VIP. He do what the hell he want. He just tell the plane, he call the plane on his phone, he say, "Plane, land in my dryer, I need to go here." So he got it like that. That's what he do. But anyway, he was in Arizona visiting. We walking around, no disrespect. The pale Arab point, he's starstruck. He looking at me and Malik like this the whole time, following us. I said, "Malik, I know you feel this man staring at you." He come right up to Malik. "You know what you got on here? That's from my country." Malik said, "If it's from your country, why you ain't got it on your head then?" And they ask me, "How do we wrap them? How do you wrap them?" What you mean? How do we wrap them? Okay, so if just like if you in martial arts and you in my dojo, you gonna learn how to wrap your damn belt. Why? Because I'm gonna show you. Wrapping your belt is just like understanding your peons. Wrapping your belt is just like sweeping up the floor. Wrapping a belt is just like being honorable and noble and understanding. What are we talking about? We're talking about the basics. Once you got the basics, I can teach you to go behind your back, Noble Alonzo. I can teach you the Euro. You feel me?
Right. It's long.
See, we're talking about the basics, culture, and being and understanding who we are. We look at everybody. Think about this. My dad would just talk about signs and symbols and image. When we see the European Jew with his yarmulke on, with his tassels under his shirt, woo, we be looking at him, woo, with respect. That you self-identify. They know who they are. When you see the misnomer Indian with his turban on, you don't know. He might be a sheik. You don't know. Most of them they be sheik, under Shiva.
Mm-hmm.
Muslim, he have his kufi. You see what I'm saying? If people don't understand that, we have a problem.
So your internet is cutting in and
It's
out.
all derogatory. Oh, yeah, we going in and out. We good?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you
And
now.
that's what I be wanting our family to know. It's like, this ain't to try to convince nobody. What are we afraid of, brothers and sisters? If you're doing what's right, what the law say we have the right to do, what are you afraid of?
Not being part of entertainment.
You are. Why? I guess we giving too much wisdom. We keep making us go in and out.
Well, they're afraid of not being part of entertainment. All right.
You say what, Noble? We haven't. I don't know what's going on with
I
the
said they're afraid of
stream.
not being part of entertainment. They're afraid of
Yeah.
not being part of entertainment.
Yep. And so, like I say, man, we here to clear it all up. It's no, we can't separate ourselves. We
Right.
have we understand. That's not going to happen. So I don't know what's going on. We keep going in and out. I think I want us to keep going in and out. Uh, did everybody catch that?
Islam. I mean, we definitely. I mean, we got the synopsis in regards to how other people self-identify, whether they regalia or their garments, and they have this identity that they absolutely promulgate, and there's no reason why we don't do the same. But first, we have to be in the know, and that you need to have a guide
Yeah,
and a map to put you there on the right course, so that way you don't fall victim to those other uh, traps that are out there for us, and mostly by our own people.
Islam, though. Islam. That's all that
Gratitude.
we'll be around. We be opening for brothers to come and get some real understanding. Just like we open the floor for the one guy, your guest, and I say,
Mm,
you see how a lot of brothers are corrupt, and so you got to
mm.
imagine what other brothers was getting from that perspective. Noble Alonzo, that's sad. No one should be doing nothing on their own. Is a you know, you should be able to correct it with love, truth, peace, freedom. I think, yeah, I think we need to keep going in and out. I don't know what's going on.
It's a bad connection. It's all good.
Yeah, we keep going in and out. You know, but that's all I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
today, man. Just to say peace to everybody, about everybody. Let's continue to let's ask questions. Let's come together, share this wisdom with our friends and families, and let's try to get everybody's support so we can have.
All right. For those of you just joining us, welcome aboard continuation of
And have an attitude of gratitude.
Yep, this is about building and us having something. So let's not worry about what nobody else doing. Let's try to do our own. You know, but in Allah's will, we will have our first brick and mortar with the people's help. And we're gonna do some good.
Islam.
So we out.
Peace.
Islam. Allah.
Can y'all hear me?
Islam. Can you hear me? I'm sign out with our map.
Yeah, we was going. We would have deal. So I don't want to get too far in it. I say what I was going to break down for tomorrow. Okay,
Islam.
you hear me? So and I break down what I was going to do tomorrow. It won't be that long. We'll use it for Sunday school. Okay.
Islam, Sheikh.
Islam.
Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Aya Asha Aya. Shalom Malakim. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Islam, Islam, and
Islam.
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 Peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
Safe travels,
Work
Noble.
out.
Peace and love.
So, Noble.
Gratitude. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace, peace.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at My Son's Teas, the tea of teas, divinely prepared at herbsofmyaunt.com. Be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Spade at bhspademusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morsachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
No such thing as failure, baby. Don't forget who made you. You can't be thinking minor when you need to be thinking major. They made you think they saved you, but can't nobody save you. And